Hey, Aztec Nation. It's good to be back. This is Coach Carrassco here, and looking forward to another exciting season with the Aztecs, another exciting season with Sons of Montezuma, and just can't wait to see our boys in action again as they go ahead and try to represent our university, our city, in such a great manner like they've done in the past with Coach Hoke and company. And we got a new quarterback, we got some new players, and it's going to be a lot of fun. My role, going to be breaking down some film, going over some stuff, and can't wait to get into the X's and O's, what Aztec Nation is all about.
Almost jumped offside the first time.
Look out from behind. Got away from one and two, but not three. And the helmet comes off again. And this time, Jalen Harris brings him down.
And that time, new defensive coordinator.
All right, Aztec Nation, we're going to go ahead and break down a play from Saturday's tough game there at our new, wonderful, beautiful stadium, Snapdragon Stadium. And it was a tough one. We really wanted to open up things, but there was a lot of things in the game that we're going to go ahead and go over as far as concepts are concerned and what the Aztecs will be working on this week to iron out some wrinkles. And I'm going to go ahead and break down film with you to kind of show you some of the things that they did where it didn't work so well, and then there are adjustments where it did really work well. This play that I have frozen here on the screen that you guys see, it's a 3-by-1 concept. We got 3 receivers to the top. We got a lone receiver here, and we got our tailback in a shotgun mode here. And it's a big 3rd and 7 play here for our Aztecs. And you can see what Arizona's doing. Arizona is bringing pressure. And we got what we call a cover zero look. And what that means is there is no free safety help. Everybody is locked on to a receiver. And Arizona has went ahead and used 7 guys, 6 coming right away with the spy here. And what this spy is that he is actually reading the back. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what Aztecs need to make sure for this offensive play to have success. What needs to happen first? Obviously, with every pass play, pass protection is the most important thing. For our quarterback, Burmeister here, he's got to understand his protection, where his help is at, to give himself a chance to make this play successful. He's got 6 guys to help him, 5 on the offensive line, and he's got a tailback. He sees pressure from the pre-snap that he's going to be getting 6 immediately coming. And he has 6 guys with the possible 7th guy coming, and it's a cover zero look. So he has to put in his head, fan base, that he's got to get rid of this ball. He's got to have a quick clock. He's got to have good footwork or whatever else as far as getting rid of the ball on time. This tailback's job is that he's got to know what side he is helping. So we're going to be talking about pass protection here and what is needed by the Aztecs to make sure that this play works. We got a center helping out the right side. If the center is going to be helping out the right side, the tailback's going to be helping out the left side. So it's going to be these 3 for these 3. And the left guard and the left tackle is working with the tailback, or I should say the tailback's working with these 2 to block the most dangerous 3. This tailback is what we call a dual read. His job is to make sure that he's going to look inside out. All right. It's a very basic thing that he needs to make sure it happens. The quarterback's job is to make sure that he finishes his steps and he gets rid of the ball. The last thing he can do is take his steps and hold the ball because they're going to bring more than what we can block, especially if this guy ends up being one where he's coming in on a delay. His read will be once he sees the tailback is not scatting, and what that means is releasing out for a route, he will cover him. But once he sees that he has pass protection responsibilities, then he'll come on a delay because he knows that the Aztecs have 6 to block 6. This play, unfortunately, we don't execute it too well for a number of reasons. We're going to look at the pass protection first. You see this tailback, he looks to the outside, and then he gets his head on the inside. So there's mistake number 1 by our young team right here. He should be taking care of this guy immediately. His guy's out here. It's an inside out for him, and he should stay on this guy. He doesn't do it. He gets a little confused here, and he gets his eyes inside, losing track of this 6th player that he's responsible for. Doesn't happen. He gets turned inside. The other thing that really hurts this play is our quarterback takes way too many steps as he drops back. From a shotgun, you should take no more than 3 steps if it's a 5-step concept. He'll just take 3 steps from a shotgun. I say 5 steps because if he was under center, he would take 5 steps to get rid of the ball on deeper routes. If it's out of shotgun, he wants to take 3 steps, but he should never end up deeper than 9 to 10 yards from the line of scrimmage here. As you can see, he's getting back way too deep. And the reason why that's so important, because it makes these outside rushers angles a whole lot easier, because now they just have to beat the outside guy. So he really puts him in a bad position that he has to get cleaned up. So we have mistake number 1 here. Tailback got his eyes off of his target that he needed to stay. And mistake number 2 is our quarterback kind of went a little bit too deep and took too many steps on a big 3rd and 7 when there's too much pressure coming. And so a quarterback makes his steps, and you can see he's still holding his steps. And by the time he's finished, because of how deep he is, there's no way this tailback can take care of that guy. He got his eyes off of this guy, and our quarterback ends up getting hit. And it just turns out to be where it's just bad protection and not having the sense of urgency that was needed for that play to have any chance of success. So the second component to this thing is for a quarterback to understand his footwork has to time with routes. And so if it's a 5-step concept, and again, if it's from shotgun, then it's going to be 3 steps. And there's 2 things that happens with a shotgun and a 5 or in a 3-step concept. It's either going to be hit the 3rd step and throw, or hit the 3rd step with the quick hitch and throw. But it's all based on timing. Now, a quarterback has to have in his mind, there's an inner clock. He should know from pre-snap, because the Wildcats showed it, that we're bringing heat, we're bringing pressure, we're going to bring more than what you can block, or we're at least making sure that this is all going to be one-on-one stuff. So because he knows these guys have no help, he really should look at and think about, once he hits that 3rd step, he's throwing the ball on a timing route. And these are the things that they'll look at this week, fan base, as far as, all right, we need to clean this up, because it can be a play that really can work for them as the season progresses. And you'll see that if he finishes his footwork, it should have been here where he will be delivering the ball, and he will have a stem route, is what I used to call it, where you're running 10 yards and you just stem. And the timing will work out perfect. This example, it didn't work out perfect, because not only was pass protection wrong, but again, our timing was wrong. We got a little slow. Those are signs of just a young team, new players, new concepts, that it's a wrinkle that definitely needs to be ironed out.